What's good with y'all boys? Welcome back to another video. Today's video, I'm doing another reaction video. Today's where we reacted to how fans turned the Sonic storybook games into a masterpiece. Not you see I have the same shirt on as that Kakashi video. Maybe it's a like, what if, like, are you gonna release that video or are you gonna release that video before it? It matters. It matters when you see it. You know what I mean? But it is the same day that I'm recording this. Hopefully. But I have actually nothing to say about Sonic. I mean, I like Sonic, bro. I'm a Shadow fan. I'm a Shadow the Hedgehog like guy. You know what I mean? Like I fuck with Shadow heavy, bro. For real. Like he's my bro. But to be honest, I like Sonic because of basically Sonic Generations. Basically, I just got put on that. I never watched the Sonic old show. I never got addicted to it. I watched a couple episodes of it. I didn't even pay attention to it. I kind of do like the games more better, you know what I mean? But yeah, I recently made a couple movies and stuff. It seems like it's getting some attraction, you know what I mean? But as for Mario, though, you can argue with Mario, but finna start this video. Make sure y'all go pull up to that Discord. I mean, tap it to that Discord. It's gonna be lit for more future videos. Pull up to that Instagram for more updates on where I'm at, more news if I'm going from YouTube. Let's get to this video. Let's get into this video. Let's see what
perhaps the Sonic games that deserve a sequel the most has to be within the storybook series of Sonic and the Secret Rings and Sonic and the Black Knight. Now, there's quite a bit of evidence that this was intended to be a trilogy, with this having 3 games total in the series, with even Sega running an official poll years ago on their Facebook page asking what they would like to see for the next Sonic storybook game and its theme, with those including the likes of film noir, Greek myths and legends, horror, sci-fi, western and cowboy, or other. With actually being that Greek mythology was the winner of this poll, and many thought that that was going to end up being the next installment to the storybook series. But here we obviously are years later, and that just never happened. Now, there definitely could be quite a few different reasons on why that never happened, with not only the timing of—
I never actually knew that they were actually making books about it. You know, I think mangas would still sell better than that, and it's no hate to the Sonic like book community, but if you read mangas and comic books, like, they're pretty much in the same category, but just people are saying mangas are better. I think it's in the same category because most of it is graphic. All right, it has the same graphic feeling, the same graphic vibe, it has the same vibe feeling, it has the same comic book vibe feeling. You know what I mean? It would have been the same for the book. You know, I never knew that they were gonna make a book out of Sonic, but it was. I mean, it was best to make a game for real, cause the games are hard, bro.
When these games came out, with the likes of Secret Rings releasing in 2007 and Black Knight releasing in March of—
How are you not gonna say it's hard, man? Sonic haters just be crazy.
2009. This is also during the times that a lot of people state is Sonic's dark times, where this obviously was riddled with mediocre games in their opinions, and just not living up to the caliber of previous and older Sonic games. Now, I don't think that these games were perfect by any means, and they definitely had their issues, don't get me wrong. Sonic and the Secret Rings' biggest issue was going to be the controls, with the motion controls just working really badly in the game, and it's a big reason why I don't really ever go back to the game, because I don't want to deal with the motion controls. And the game, in my opinion, is personally only fun after obtaining all the skills in the game, so you have to play through the entire game and get a bunch of achievements until you truly actually have fun, in my opinion. And Sonic and the Black Knight did fix a lot of those issues with adding the likes of the nunchuck, allowing Sonic to move around more freely, but obviously still had a bunch of motion controls.
Guys, what's this Sonic and the Black Knight was so good? It was so good, man. Even on Wii. Even on the Wii. Turning on your Wii, putting on Sonic and the Black Knight. trying to fight Shadow, trying to get through the levels, trying to get your crown, trying to save the king. It's the top. It's the top. It's in the top, man. They should make a remaster of this. They're focused on making other Sonic games. They should really make a remaster of this.
And still wasn't a great controlling game, and that's always been the biggest complaint with most people, is simply the controls. A lot of people actually end up really liking the story of the game, and I'm one of them. I absolutely love the Arabian Nights take on the Sonic universe and also the King Arthur storybook. And also give Sonic and the Secret Rings a little bit of slack, considering that during the time they wanted to release a game on a Nintendo system at the same time of developing Sonic 06. So they completely split the team of Sonic 06 in half and had them work on Sonic and the Secret Rings, which just resulted in not only the Secret Rings kind of failing, but also, as we know, Sonic 06 being a pretty bad mess. At the time, Sega just made some really interesting and weird choices at that time, and honestly, I'm glad that they've changed so much now. Sonic is in such a better and brighter place now. It would be really interesting to see them potentially take a look back into the storybook series and see what they could potentially create with taking one of those subjects that they went ahead and put on their polls on their Facebook page. I do, however, think it's a little bit too late, and I don't think that they ever will go back to the storybook series. And while that definitely is unfortunate,
we're not doing this, bro. We're not doing this. I'm telling you, we're not doing this. Sorry about that, y'all. I just had to check my OBS just in case if it was losing frames. Because it be losing frames like randomly. Sorry about that.
There's one thing in the Sonic community that never fails to just make some crazy stuff. And of course, I'm just simply talking about Sonic fans. Sonic fans are some of the most dedicated and crazy people you will ever meet in the entire world. Especially the ones that are going to go out and mod games and also create fan projects. Just take a look at some of the mods that you see in Sonic Generations, the old adventure games, as well as Sonic Racing Cross Worlds are some of the best things about the game. Changing different stages, creating entirely new stages from...
Bro, I fuck with the skins that y'all making on Sonic Generations, bro. I mess with it, bro. I mess with it. I mess with it. Even that Sonic Boom skin. Oh my... Oh! Y'all cooked on that one, man. That looks too realistic. Actually.
The ground up, different animation.
Might as well make a full PS6 remastered on here.
To put on different characters or on Sonic.
Y'all making the silver and the Sonic Boom skin and DLC. Y'all should just remaster it. Turn it into a RTX 5070 like i11 core or something, bro. Like, turn it into something insane. Might as well.
Skins to be able to allow you to play your favorite characters in the game, or even characters that are not even a part of the Sonic series. Or even have fan-made projects that are just complete rivals to the official thing. The biggest example of that is Sonic Project 06. I have no ambitions to really ever play Sonic 06 again, considering how good Sonic Project 06 is. It not only takes the original game, but the creator Chaos X completely built the game from the ground up, also adding a bunch of different things that he thought would fit well in the game, and the game just performs so smoothly and is genuinely one of the best Sonic games to play in my opinion. And it's not even an official project, it's just a completely fan-made remaster of Sonic 06. And he's still working on to this day, where he almost has the game completely done. He already has all of Sonic, Shadow, and Silver stages done. He just has End of the World and all the boss fights to do, and he's pretty much done with it. It sounds like he doesn't have plans to do any of the hub worlds for 06, which is totally fine in my opinion, but basically the majority of the game is done once he releases that. It sounds like that might potentially be coming later this year. But not to get too off topic with Project 06, I want to go back to the storybook series and what this video is truly about. We're not only Secret Rings and Black Panther getting remasters of the game of fans making them, but there's also an entirely new project of fans creating a third installment to the storybook series. Now, I don't know how far along they are when it comes to development on that, but I'll get to that in a little bit. I want to start with the first game, and that's Sonic and the Secret Rings, and the one that is honestly the furthest in development so far. That remake being Sonic and the Secret Rings Project Reignition. This actually has a huge chunk of the game already done, and it performs extremely well alongside looking super beautiful at the same time. This not only eliminates the whole motion control thing where it actually allows you to freely move Sonic around a lot more smoothly with using controller support, just overall making the game just feel so much more fun than playing the original thing, but the game just genuinely looks super beautiful, and it's definitely something you would expect if Sega were to officially remaster the game and just upscale its graphics. The game just feels super fast-paced, and all the levels...
Like I said, bro, they should remaster just like every single one of their games that people still play to this day and still trying to play to this day, because, bro, a lot of their old Sonic games are hits, bro. If they remaster it, like that's gonna be the only good Sonic game. That's gonna be the only good remaster game in 2026 or next year. You know what I mean?
Are genuinely a bunch of fun.
No one else is remastering good stuff. You know what I mean? Unless it's stiff, bro, it's gonna be good. I'm telling you, it's gonna be good.
And the creator actually has most of the worlds done in Secret Rings. I believe the only things that he's actually missing in the game are going to be Knight's Palace, the prologue, and then obviously the final fight with Darkspine Sonic. And then that game is pretty much done. He's done a bunch of work into it, and it's incredible and a bunch of fun to play, and I definitely recommend playing it if you want to experience more of a upscaled remaster version of Sonic in the Secret Rings. It's a bunch of fun to do so. And I think it's also a great way to experience the game without having to deal with such bad controls back on the Wii. I know a bunch of people that have wanted to experience different Sonic games but just don't want to have to deal with the likes of motion controls or buggy and glitchy messes of previous Sonic games. So very soon, if not already, this is the best way to experience Sonic in the Secret Rings and just truly play the game. But even besides all the levels that are already in the game, you already have a bunch of the boss fights in the game as well that already perform so much better just being able to use a controller with the game. I'm not somebody that plays a bunch of Sonic fan projects by any means, and it takes a lot for me to actually kind of jump into them. But a big thing that I actually really love seeing is when people basically remaster and redo the previous Sonic games that just weren't super up to date in a lot of things, but also just didn't hold up to the time super well, and Secret Rings is definitely one of those games. It definitely does not hold up to the times well at all, in my opinion. It has so many great things about it, like the music, the level design, at times, some of the boss fights, and of course the story is really cool. But the biggest thing I'll say about Sonic and the Secret Rings Project Reignition is I was just genuinely surprised just how smooth the game actually feels. Everything feels really natural, and the team behind this just did an incredible job on making the game feel so much fun, in my opinion. This still feels like you're actually truly playing the real thing, but just playing it on so much better of a level. And a lot of times I'll know if I really like a fan project or a fan game if I decide to go back to it later on after playing it for the first time. Reignition, I have actually gone back quite a few times because it's just actually so much fun to run through the levels. I can't say that I've ever really done that with the original version of Secret Rings. I've always kind of had that little bit of an ambition, but then I was always kind of held back by realizing what the game actually was and the reason I didn't want to do it. I didn't want to have to deal with flicking my hand up and down or holding the Wii remote forward to have to deal with everything. Now just
Yeah, that would be annoying. I'm not gonna lie, because you have the actual stick in your right hand and then the analog stick, like the full analog stick. It's both separate. I don't know how to say it, but it's both separate and stuff. It would be hard to actually, even with Mario too. It would be very hard to even play Mario with that Wii. You know what I mean? I think using a Nintendo would be the best bet. You know what I mean? It would be the best bet. They need to work on getting this on console, cause we cannot play through Wii and try to finish levels through that, or try to click every single button and try to see, oh, what button is this? Oh, is it the analog stick? You know what I mean? It will be super confusing.
being able to sit down with a controller and just be able to operate the entire
Especially if you're playing Sonic
game for the most part with just pressing buttons is just so much more fun and so much more relaxing of an experience. And out of the 3 fan projects that I'm going to talk about so far in this video, this one is by far the most complete so far, and I believe has been in development the longest of the 3 as well. But this is definitely one that I would for sure check out, and I think this is one of the best ways to experience Sonic and the Secret Rings in my personal opinion. But moving on to the Black Knight. This is a fairly recent demo that just came out, so there's a lot of stuff that's still in the works, and we actually don't have a bunch of the game available to the public to play quite yet. But this is called Sonic and the Black Knight Project Reforged. Obviously a very similar experience of what we were experiencing in Sonic and the Secret.
Let me guess, a fan worked on this, bro. Y'all really locking in with these Sonic games. Y'all are as the same conspiracy like fans as the Stranger Things fans, and they literally made up the whole season, the whole next season. And y'all are just making up games that Sega's probably working on, but not working on because they're seeing y'all actually create games. That's crazy.
Rings Project Reignition, where they're basically just remastering the
and it's hard to create Sonic games. Like, I wonder what y'all do on there. Like the other week, like I think it was like almost 2 months ago. I went on like a Sonic Generations game on like Roblox, and then I went on it, and then it looked real as hell, bro. It actually looked like Sonic Generations. I got on the level. It was a little bit glitchy, but like if you get to know the controls, and then if you have like a bunch of like graphics with it, or if you enhance like your graphics, bro, if it looks like Sonic Generations, you know what I mean?
Entire game of Black.
I'll be creating the most out of these games.
Knight with better controls, and also adding some different things along the way, where this game has even added a custom level and a custom boss fight to it. Now, don't get me wrong, I have played this, and the game has a long ways to go. There's still a lot of bugs and different things that are definitely unexpected to happen, but this, I believe, is very early in development. But for being a fan remake of the game, it actually is pretty damn impressive. I think the game actually looks really good looking, and the controls are pretty damn good for the most part. It doesn't have controller support quite yet, so you do have to use this on keyboard and mouse, which is definitely a little bit different of an experience for me, as I haven't played very many games on keyboard and mouse. But once I kind of got the hang of it and played a few levels with it, it actually controls pretty damn well, and is actually a lot of fun to play. But they have the first few original levels in the game to play, as well as the King Arthur boss fight.
Seems interesting. This seems cool. Bro, they need to remaster Black Knights, man. Y'all need to remaster that, man. Y'all probably need to remaster every Sonic game that just involves like height to it, man. Literally. I don't know, man.
Fight, and they even have Apodos from Sonic Unleashed that you can run through as the Sonic and the Black Knight version. And of course, the best part about this demo so far is actually a fight against Sir Galahad, which happens to be the silver version of this world. This obviously was never in the original Sonic and the Black Knight, and Silver's character was only ever playable in the 2-player mode of the game, which was a really big damn shame. But he does a really cool boss fight where he basically uses his psychokinetic powers to basically throw swords at you, and you have to respond to them. It overall is just a really cool boss fight, and it's really short and simple.
Nah, that's hard, bro.
Simple in my opinion, but it is a bunch of fun for the time that you fight. It's throw swords at you, and you have to fight where you're playable in the 2-player mode of the game.
Do you see that glow that he has, bro? That's aura. That's actually aura, bro. That's that green type aura, bro. Like I said in the Cars video, bro, there is different types of auras. There's different types of auras that you could have. Can't any type of aura. But this is that smart type. This is that green type, bro. You see the green around him? That's aura. You can't tell me that's not aura.
Which was a really big.
I'm not sounding generational. This is just true. You know what I mean? It looks like he has aura right now. If this was Shadow 2, you would have that dark aura.
Shame. But he does a really cool boss fight where he basically uses his psychokinetic powers to basically throw swords at you, and you have to respond to them. It overall is just a really cool boss fight. It's really short and simple in my opinion, but it is a bunch of fun for the time that you can enjoy during this, and it even has its own opening cutscene for the whole thing. As somebody that just genuinely loves Silver so much, it's so cool to kind of see him in this atmosphere, and it really makes me wish that they used Sir Galahad in the official game. But it is cool to see him in this fan project. Another really cool feature that is completely...
Y'all need to create that DLC for him in Generations. Because I'm still on to that Easter egg.
New to this project is being able to customize some pieces of Sonic's head. With having the likes of a whole Lego head, you can unlock the likes of a Knight Armor head, or even the Phantom Rider from the IDW comics. And it seems like he has plans for more, as he has shared some pictures of different body parts like his shoes or his chest wearing some different things as well. And that's available in the menu, you just can't quite change that yet in the game. Now this is still very early, as this is only in its alpha version of the public release. And this still isn't necessarily the one and only way that you should be playing Sonic and the Black Knight yet, but it has the potential, and it's definitely something you should keep your eye out for in the future. If this definitely gets some more love, and it seems like a lot of people are really enjoying it so far, and the developer kind of keeps up with the project, I think that this definitely could be just like Reignition is. This has a bunch of promise, and a bunch of original content at that they're adding to the game, and I can't wait to see what the creator goes forward with in the game. I don't think this is necessarily something that you need to be playing and checking out at this moment in time like Reignition is, but it's definitely, like I said, something to keep your eyes out for. Or if you just kind of want to try it out and see what the game is about, or see what it could potentially be, definitely check it out. As for the little of playtime that is actually put into the project so far, I actually had a bunch of fun playing it. There's just some bugs and glitches that I did run into that were a little bit annoying, but it's definitely something that I'm okay with considering how early on the game is. But I can't wait to see what this project ends up becoming, as long as...
That bitch says go. Nah, they do need a bunch of stuff to work, and they said mission clear, and then they have this... Yeah, they have a bunch of stuff to work on, I'm not gonna hold you. But... you got AI now. I doubt they're probably gonna use AI. They're probably just gonna use like some of the stuff from the last remaster or the last gen, whatever you call it on Wii, and try to make a difference on that. Try to make a slight difference on that. That's what games do sometimes.
They keep working on it. And the last one is of course going to be the sequel to those games. It is a completely fan-made project that has been announced, and that's Sonic and the Dragon's Path. Where in this game it sounds like Sonic is going to be going through Chinese mythology, where it seems like Sonic is sent out to help this new character called Chuntao to help save her world from total annihilation. It also looks like that Tails is going to be in the game somewhat, similar to the other games like Sir Lancelot for Shadow, or Sinbad for Knuckles and Sonic in the Secret Rings. It sounds like Tails is going to end up being one of the tailed beasts in the game that you potentially fight in a boss fight, or is just part of the game, as the nine-tailed beast. And we even have some images of what he'll look like in the game, and it looks super cool. It also looks like from the amazing art that has been revealed from the game and also some of the trailers for it, like where Sonic has his special ring that he wears in Secret Rings, as well as the flame trailers, super cool. Nine-tailed beast. And we even have some...
My god, Tails does not look 9 anymore. He looks like... Bro, he looks 10. My god, bro. He's a grown-ass beast, bro.
Images of what he'll look like in the game, and it looks super cool. It also looks like from the amazing art that has been revealed from the game and also some of the trailers for it, like where Sonic has his special ring that he wears in Secret Rings, as well as the flame on his chest, and the sword that he has in Sonic and the Black Knight. It seems like the item that Sonic is going to be having in this game is some type of necklace that he has wrapped around his neck. It seems like it's a coin of some sorts. I don't know if this is going to grant him any special powers or anything like that, but I'm really hoping that there is something cool like that, very similar to the previous storybook games, and I can't wait to see what that potentially is. It sounds like the team is pretty damn hard at work and working at the game, and it sounds like the gameplay trailer is coming soon, according to them. Another really cool thing about the game is they have their own official theme called Hanging in the Balance, which is a super good song you should check out, considering that the lead vocalist on the song is actually Johnny Gioli from Crush 40. It's actually a super good song and you should definitely check it out. And it's super fitting considering that Johnny actually ended up working on both the storybook games as well. And it's just super cool to kind of see Johnny work on some fan-made projects. It really shows just how much he loves Sonic and its community, and we're very lucky to have someone like him making a lot of the songs for the official games and even now the fan project.
Yeah, for some reason I do like the Sonic songs. It just gotta be in the type of mode I'm gonna listen to it. You know what I mean? They're good. They're really good. It's really good. You know what I mean? Even that some of the Frank Tears bosses and stuff on it, songs are good. Theme songs are good.
We don't know too much when it comes to Sonic and the Dragon's Path other than it just
Y'all gonna have to put me on to the old games with the songs.
looks extremely promising in my opinion, and I can't wait to see what potentially the gameplay is going to actually look in the game, but I think that they're still very early on in a lot of things, so I wouldn't expect this to release anytime soon, but definitely something to keep your eye out on if you're looking for a third storybook game. As like I said, I don't think that Sega is going to ever re-explore the storybook series, so I think that this is the next best thing that we were ever going to get, and honestly, sometimes fans make better things than Sega even does. But if you want to keep up to date with any of these projects or all of them, here are the official YouTube channels of each of the creators. The creator behind Project Reignition is going to be Kumapaz. The person behind Sonic and the Black Knight Project Reforged is going to be Bora. I'm not even going to pronounce that last name because I'm sure I'm going to butcher it, but here's his @. And Sonic and the Dragon Path team is just going to be @Team Dragon's Path. All three of these projects are incredible in their own rights, and all three of them have extreme promise.
Alright, I think that's the video. Good video. I just wanted to keep in touch with the Sonic community. I do like what y'all doing, bro. What y'all fans doing. I do like it, man. I do fuck with it, bro. Cause the fact y'all are taking your time to make games and stuff on what, let me see my, okay. On what like Sega should have done. That's crazy. I thought that was all Sega. I thought that was like what Sega made. You know what I mean? I thought y'all only made like skin mods or something like that. Cause them skin mods are hard, bro. They are hard. They're hard. But what I think, bro, they should make remasters of all the good Sonic games that they released. You know, Sonic Heroes 2. You can't tell me they have to remaster that. You can't tell me. You can't tell me they have to remaster the Sonic Heroes. They also had the Black Knight. I mean, I guess you can put that I forgot what it was. It's where Sonic turns into a beast, Black Beast 2. I think it was. I forgot the name, but I guess you can put that in there. It's not that old, but I mean, you could put that in there. But hopefully y'all enjoy this video, man. If you're new from the Sonic community, because most likely you probably are or something like that, and if you enjoyed this video, make sure you leave a like, subscribe. If you enjoyed this channel, make sure you subscribe. Comment down below what your favorite part of this video was. Make sure y'all tap into that Discord. It's gonna be lit for more future videos, and make sure y'all pull up to that Instagram for more updates on where I'm at if I'm gone from YouTube or if I'm taking a break. And until then, I'm out. I'm gone. Peace. I'll see y'all.